People of Earth, how are you? My name is Al. Across the table from me is my friend Joe.
What's up, Al?
Hi, Joe.
How you doing, buddy?
Together, we do this podcast, and it's called Kinda Right, and that's what you're listening to, and here we are.
Together, we are the first couple married under the gay marriage law in Massachusetts.
There you go. So we chit chat before the show. Sometimes I usually go shh, 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 and but you know,
Sometimes
we try not to just talk like on record. So anyway, we were talking about. I was just about to ask you about Lola. She swallowed something the other night, and now you're telling me Chuck, the other little dog,
yes,
was vomiting up mucus and blood and stuff.
Chuck was up walking around, and I didn't know what the hell was going on with him. And you know, Chuck has you get used to. Chuck had a routine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Chuck kind of broke his routine and started. You know, he's up when he's not usually up. So I'm like, all right, something's up with him. And you can kind of tell. You can tell after you've had a dog for a while whether they're off.
Right.
So I went and I found this pool of mucusy blood that. You know, there wasn't a lot of blood, but there's some clots and shit.
Yeah.
Now, Chuck's 13. He turned 13 in April.
And remind our good listeners, what kind of dog is
Chuck's
Chuck?
a 15-pound American Eskimo dog.
Excellent. He's a little dog.
When we've had him, we got him when he was a year old, pretty much exactly. He was my birthday present. And I love Chuck more than I love anyone, I believe.
Listen.
Except for maybe my wife.
He's a great dog.
Well, let's put it this way.
He's also mellowed with age because he used to be a lunatic.
Yes, he ran around the pool and yeah, he was crazy. Yeah. But a great dog. So I thought, I've had enough dogs die where you kind of like, you know, and these little, we've had always this sort of breed, except for Babe. Babe was some sort of a sheep herding sort of dog. But
it's medium, smallish, still kind of smallish, but not like teeny like these.
Yeah, I mean, Babe was like respectable, 35, 40 pounds or something.
Yeah.
But you know, so these dogs kind of tend to go out. They have trach problems and lung problems and shit like that. So they tend to go out like they start coughing and hacking and. So I thought, Chuck's like, he's not old, but he's not young.
Yeah.
Even for, I don't know what the average age is for these kind of dogs. But Chuck was a crazy dog.
Right.
And he lived, I fed Chuck a lot of peanuts, when he was younger, and that was probably a mistake. And
he was eating a lot of peanuts, wasn't he?
Yeah, a lot. Me too. So at any rate, long story short, I thought he was dying. And so I had Chuck on the couch, hugging him, crying.
Oh.
Crying just like a fucking baby, thinking Chuck is all done. But I didn't go and wait. This was probably 4 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't wake Patty up. And I said, because I don't want to disturb her.
Right.
She's got to go to work. And she got up and she said, he's done this before. And I had forgotten about that. And they get like, he eats real bland food now.
Yeah.
But they get like ulcers and shit.
Sure.
I mean, it could be stomach cancer, but.
Yeah.
But it could just be a little bit of an irritated esophagus or ulcer or something like that.
That's all.
And he ate this afternoon, and he seems happy again. When he doesn't open his mouth and pant when you're petting him, there's something up. You know what I mean? When he's just sort of stoic and, he's just
lethargic or whatever.
Yeah, he's a little just slow and shit. But it fucking, I said to Patty, we're not getting any more dogs. I can't
handle it emotionally.
I need to have a break. I need to have, and it's not, we had Red Dog pass away I don't think it was last winter. Well, no, it was last winter. It was last winter Red passed. And Red we had for 16 years. And, or had been, she'd been around for 16 years. And it's fucking painful. And I was thinking, I'm like, would I be this upset if any person died? And I got to be honest with you. Honestly, I don't think so.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
I mean, I think I get more, it's longer lasting when a person dies in a way because, like remember my little dog Rudy who looked a lot like Chuck?
Yeah.
I mean, I still think of Rudy, but I don't think of Rudy as much as I think about, say, like Texas Rob or Drunk Bob.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? But in the short term, when they go, and I don't know why this is. Maybe it's because that they depend 100% on you. Maybe that's the thing. You know what I mean? And they're just fucking totally innocent, and they don't know what's going on, and that drives me crazy. At least if you could explain it to them. Look, you're kind of old, and you're getting ready to die, but it's funny. Any dog owner that's gone through this knows this. The dog is not thinking about it at all.
Yeah.
I mean, if he doesn't feel well, he doesn't feel well. But as soon as he feels well,
he's not worrying about why he didn't feel well
before.
Earlier. Yeah.
He's forgotten all about that.
Right.
I mean, that's gone, and now he's looking for something to eat, and he's fucking looking at you, with the fucking food eyes.
Yeah.
It's just gone. He doesn't remember that he was sick the night before.
Right. No, they don't.
And he's not dwelling on it. Whereas I'm thinking about it, and I'm going, oh my God, I'm going to fucking hang myself when this dog dies. So it's just that's life. But I was texting Patty at work, and I said, look, we need a fucking, once Chuck goes, because we have Lola. Lola's 5. So, and Lola's a
Chihuahua mix.
A fat 20-pound Chihuahua, long-haired Chihuahua.
Really
she'll be around
pounds?
for another 10 years.
Right, right.
So we don't have to worry about her.
So what was up with her the other night?
We don't know. She had. Patty comes home, takes the 2 dogs out for a walk, and she had eaten something where, like she was. The dog doesn't go, oh, I got a splinter next to my tooth.
Yeah.
So I'll just relax a little bit. The dog's like just going to fucking there's something in her mouth that's irritating her. So she's going to keep fucking, trying to get it out until she gets it out.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like a retard.
Yeah.
And if it makes it worse, it doesn't really matter.
No.
Dog's not thinking.
Just wants it out.
Yeah, the dog's not thinking like, well, if I keep doing this will make it worse.
Right.
I mean, the dog doesn't have that thought process. So she had a little blood on her mane here in the front.
Jesus, with the bleeding dogs.
But one of the things I know about pretty much any dog is when you give them a bath, like Lola, she bites you. She's a little bitch.
Yeah.
But she'll bite you when you try, like you try to get an eye snot off her or something like that, and she'll bite you. But if you put her in like some warm water and you're about to give her a bath, you can pretty much do anything to her because she's like, concentrate, why am I in this water?
Right.
And so she's not thinking about your finger going near her eye to pull the eye snot off.
Okay.
So what I did is I filled the kitchen sink up with water where we give them a bath and put her in it, and she all of a sudden just stopped doing what she was doing with her mouth, and I washed off the blood that was, and we're talking about, if this was a teaspoon of blood, I'd be surprised.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
so did she chill out enough for you to dig out what was ever in her mouth?
No, I came down here, and I left her in the sink with, she jumped down from the sink, and I left her with Patty, and Patty gave her some butter, she says, and it just, whatever it was, it went away.
Excellent.
So, yeah, because that was Tuesday night.
Right.
And I'm like, I either have to go do the podcast or not. And I think Lola's going to be fine. I mean, the first thing you do, is this impairing her breathing?
Yeah, right.
If she's turning blue and and suffocating,
Sure.
then it's time to, like, hold her down and fucking get the pliers out and see if you can pull something out of her throat.
Right.
But she was breathing fine. She was just her mouth was opening and closing, and she had a little bit of blood coming out, and it just horrifies you.
Right.
Because you don't want... Seeing a little animal in pain it fucking kills me.
Yeah, you don't want the thing to suffer.
It kills me. I mean, literally just takes the wind right out of me. I guess I'm just a big pussy.
Well,
maybe I'm just caring.
I don't know what you would call her. My ex-dog, still kind of my dog. She's still very excited to see me whenever I see her. But I dog sat for her a couple months ago, and I was like, not on my watch, Scylla, not on my watch. And she just didn't look well. And I had a moment. I broke down, too, because I'm like, I don't want this dog to fucking die ever, never mind tonight. You know what I mean?
Right.
But she's starting to get like all them big fleshy lumps all over her, like the dogs of her breed get when they're older. And they don't live very long. I think she's 11 or 12. They only live to be an average of 9 or 10. So she's up there in age. She still exercises, but she's getting a little heavy. She's got that fucking gray, actually white snout going. Well, she's an old lady, but it sucks but that's the thing. When you sign up to be a dog owner, you sign up to bury your fucking dog at some point.
Yeah,
it just
blows.
It sucks. It's part of the deal.
It blows, and it's I don't know.
It's way easier to bury your dogs than it's going to be to bury Scylla. I got to start to formulate a game plan. God, I hope she fucking dies in the summer. The ground's all nice and soft. You know what I mean?
Well,
because she's getting buried right in the woods behind that house. The semi-cleared woods.
Someone was telling me you're not supposed to do that.
I was telling you that.
But I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no, they don't want you to do that. You're not supposed to do it. It's actually illegal, but whatever. Everyone does it.
Now, why don't they want you to do that?
It has something to do with nobody fucking buries them 6 feet down in a fucking
vault?
Wood box in a vault. You know what I mean? That's why.
Is that the deal?
Yeah, you need if they don't want you burying people in your backyard. You got to fucking. I mean, there are still places in this country where you can bury someone from your family on your property, but they got to be in a fucking lined box inside a vault. You know what I mean? It's no more fucking digging down 2 feet and fucking mounding up the earth or whatever, or some rocks and shit. They don't want fucking other animals digging them up, and they don't want their fucking remains getting into the water supply.
I usually go down like 3 feet.
Yeah, that's
you know
plenty.
What I mean?
It's fucking plenty. Let's face it.
No animals ever come in and got any of them.
No, because they're not interested in going down 3 feet. You know what I mean? Plus, any animal that would do that, a fish or a cat or a fucking rabid coyote or a fox, whatever the fuck, any animal that would do that is going to find something else in these fucking woods before they find your dead animal 3 feet in the ground. You know what I mean? They're going to find something to eat.
I do.
Even fucking owls find shit to eat at night around here, quick like,
Well, it's a, I don't know. It's just animals are tough.
It is what it is, though. I mean, they're pets.
No, they're family.
No, I understand. A dog is family.
Dogs
are
family.
I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Cats aren't family.
I like the cats.
Fish aren't family.
When the cat goes missing, or we haven't had one like. Well, Patty had a cat that she had literally for 22 years,
and she had it put down.
No, just
expired.
It laid down and went to sleep, and that was it.
Yeah, well, that's nice of it.
But like she had most of her, I met Patty when she was 37. She had this cat pretty much her entire adult life.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was pretty profound for her.
Right. Yeah, I've never. Well, I mean, this current dog here that I haven't lived with for 5 years, coming up in August, but it's the longest I've ever had a pet. Even, we didn't have. We had a couple dogs when we were younger, but like one of them we had for 2 years, and it fucking got hit by a car. And then another one, we got another puppy a couple weeks later, and fucking the thing had to be put down with distemper. We got a pound puppy, and turns out when it went to the vet, they were like, "Ugh, you have to leave this dog here." Whatever distemper is, I don't even know what that is.
I don't even know what it is either, Al.
I've heard it. It's just some fucking thing that kills fucking young dogs, What is distemper? I love this. I love being able to. Canine distemper is a viral disease that affects a wide variety of animal families, including domestic and wild species of dogs, blah, 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 blah. Oh, it even affects fucking pinnipeds. That's fucking wacky.
I don't even know what's a pinniped?
Like a seal or a walrus, that type of fucking creature.
No shit.
Some primates and a variety of others. It's just it's some kind of viral fucking. It's a virus thing, and it'll fuck your dog right the fuck up. It's if they get it, they have to be put down. Sucks. But speaking of people who need to be put down, Nancy Pelosi came up before we started. What were you talking about? Her with the fucking Attorney General bar thing or something else? You asked me if I seen her.
I saw her briefly, and I'm really trying not to watch much of this. And you know what? She didn't really have anything to say. It was just like, it's just. I'm looking at this melting face. The interesting thing about, and I keep thinking about Nancy Pelosi as being, she's a congresswoman from San Francisco. And I don't know whether her district is San Francisco, which covers the city of San Francisco, or if she's south or north. I don't know.
Right.
I believe it's San Francisco. And when I got this from somebody pointed out a text that Cher had put, because both San Francisco and Los Angeles have these fucking literally tent cities of homeless people.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, both the mayor and all the Congress, Nancy Pelosi included, we want as many. It's a sanctuary city for illegal, and Cher said, why don't we take care of our fucking citizens that are sleeping on the fucking street? There's literally an app in San Francisco that shows you where the homeless people shit so you can avoid it. Do you know what I'm saying?
And
if you need an app.
Concurrently, it's an app to show the homeless where to shit.
So meanwhile, this fucking melting cunt is like, with the irritate, and she's, with the melting fucking face, is talking about that this Attorney General Barr is, he's in a constant state of obstruction of justice or some, And I'm thinking about, you've got, your belief system is so fucked because you just want to let everybody in, but you have no way to take care. You have no plan or idea how to take care of them. Nor do you seem to give a shit because you're not taking fucking care of them.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter. It's just that, you look at these, I'm not surprised by the hypocrisy. I'm also not surprised that, because of course it's partisan, and this is why, it's foolish to watch these people, because it just doesn't do you any good other than make you pissed. But I mean, this fucking look, what till you're donating 20% of your fucking income to homeless people, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
you stupid cunt.
Right.
I mean, that's and that it's just kind of. I mean, at least the guy that says we don't want any more fucking immigrants, illegal immigration, because It's driving down wages, which it does. And we have homeless people on the street that fucking we need to take care of first. At least that argument makes some sense, doesn't it?
Right.
Rather than we want to let everyone in.
Yeah, we want to be inclusive.
Yeah, we're going to be inclusive and let everyone be fucking homeless,
Be
except me.
all-inclusive. Right.
And border walls don't work, but I have a fucking wall around my house.
Right.
So walls don't work, except for the one around my house works. So she should be shot in the fucking cunt with a shotgun. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, seriously, shot right in the fucking cunt. Because she's you obviously are not, you don't have a linear, you don't connect the dots in your brain.
They're not jumping around, man.
You're not thinking correctly.
It's the very definition of illogic.
Yeah, it's absolutely, yes. I mean, it's not even hypocritical. It's absolutely illogical.
Yeah, it's illogical.
I mean, you're not even going to get Spock to go, yeah, I'm with you on this one. It's not happening.
Right.
Because you're out of your fucking mind.
Right. And Spock's a known communist.
He is.
By the way, the 12th district of California is San Francisco, and it comprises San Francisco and parts of San Mateo County. It is also, by area, the smallest congressional district outside of New York City.
People-wise or area-wise?
Area-wise, because they're based on people. The congressional seats are based on...
So San Francisco is her turf.
Yeah, and it's obviously highly densely fucking populated.
So she wants to let in any homeless person, any fucking illegal immigrant, and have the streets lined with fucking homeless people. And she has no way to pay for it, but she's all for it.
And that is a fucking island there that they live on there. I'm in San Francisco.
And you have an app, when you have an app on your phone
that warns you where not to stay.
Not to go, because this is where the homeless shit. Maybe you've got enough people in your city.
Oh, certainly enough without a fucking roof over their head. I mean,
and it's fucking horrible. I mean, it's kind of like, I was listening to Joe Rogan, and he had a guy. There's a guy that he works in Massachusetts. He lives up in New Hampshire, and he's got a YouTube channel, and I've watched some of it. And what he did is he wanted a Tesla, but he couldn't afford it, so he bought one that was crashed and tried to fix it, but he couldn't get any parts for it, and Tesla wouldn't sell him any parts, so he bought another one, and then he made one car out of two.
Frankensteined him.
Yeah. And now his whole thing is, so he ended up with like 500,000 YouTube followers, and Rogan had him on. And so I guess when he came out, he went to San Francisco first because he had a buddy he wanted to see, and he was talking about the homeless people. And he said, it's like, we've got homeless people in Boston, but it's fucking like the apocalypse out here.
Right.
And Rogan's like, oh, yeah, it's I mean, did you go to Skid Row? And he goes, no, what's that? Is that worse? And he's like, oh, dude, that's like 3 miles of nothing but tents and fucking shit and people, there's people dying. But yet we're going to let every fucking illegal in.
Right.
Because that'll help things out.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't take care of the fucking people in your city now.
Right.
But let's let some more people in that are fucking illegal, and that'll help things out. So if someone can logically explain that, how that thought process works, which you can't, it's impossible.
No, they run.
I'll become a Nancy Pelosi Democrat.
No, it's not going to happen.
And meanwhile, she's rich.
She is rich.
And she ain't fucking living on the street. And she's got a wall around where she fucking lives. So this person, she should be executed. I was watching some of the this bar hearing
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you caught any of that because I was
did.
working
I
and I
watched-
wanted to have it on, but I forgot.
I watched the Senate thing, and I watched.
He's not going. He didn't show up for the House today, did he?
Nah, he's like, I'm pretty much done
So
with
I'm all
this.
set.
Well, you had the brilliant Kamala Harris,
Oh,
just a fucking the woman who knowingly held back like exculpatory evidence, and there's people in fucking jail because of her.
also the descendant of slave owners.
Yeah, and a descendant of slave owners. She's asking the Attorney General if he read all of the evidence that led to the Mueller report, and he's kind of looking at her, going,
Why?
Why would that was Mueller's job to collect the evidence and make a report,
Yeah.
and then I read his report and I take that as
What the finding is.
right.
Yeah.
And she was like, doing the lawyerly thing, like he's trying to explain it, and she's doing the, just yes or no, doing the yes or no thing.
Right. That's
Trying
because
to be
that's what he does. Right.
trying to be the fucking, the tough prosecutor, because is she still running for president?
She is a candidate for the Democratic.
And she sits next to
Nomination.
the dumbest human being on the planet,
Who's that?
Cory Booker.
Oh boy, he's on that committee too.
Oh, he was asking questions, and he is so fucking stupid. I'm surprised he knows. I'm surprised his
Another lawyer, by the
mammalian
way.
part of his brain works.
Yeah.
Meaning, I'm surprised he fucking remembers to breathe.
Right.
He's so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And the idea that I mean, he's not even a smooth talk. I don't know how anybody falls for that bullshit. I mean, it's
I
got to
don't get
be.
him
They
either.
got to be voting on race. They got to be, because he's a fucking moron.
Well, a white male is going to be the nominee. At first, remember I told you, I've been telling you for 2 years, I thought it was going to be a female minority.
Yeah.
I'm like, it can't be now, unless it's someone who's not in. None of those people are even imagination igniting. You know what I mean? They're not sparking anything in anybody. It's going to be
Nobody has a single fucking original thought.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be.
The only person that has
Unfortunately.
an original thought is the President of the United States.
Yeah, well, yeah. This is an original dude, man.
He is the most original president we've ever had.
Yeah, he really is.
in my
He's
lifetime.
right on top of that originality thing.
And
He's a really, 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 really good thinker, and he fucking surrounds himself with thinkers. He's so logical. Speaking of logic, you know what I mean? Half his shit is just logical, you know? He's still got the far right all pissed off about this fucking wall, but it'll get done.
hey, may I have one of these?
Sure.
And one of the
1-in-1?
yeah, there were 3 up there. So I guess maybe I'm not drinking these. So give me a cold one, would you?
Yeah, well,
Like 3 before you showed up.
I didn't bring any tonight because I knew there was some left. You know what I mean? You're still only getting 2 tonight.
Well, no.
Don't need you all shit-faced.
Is there one that's this color?
Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. It's red.
Yeah, I'm not buying any more of the lemonade. I drank the Mike's because I gave up on beer. Mike's Light. And I have to say, I am a big fan of the black cherry.
It's good. I've had it.
Lemonade's okay.
All you got is
It's a little.
lemonade down here. You want me to go next door and get
Nope.
some?
If there's lemonade, then I'll take
That's all
lemonade.
that's left, buddy.
But my next order to Bradford's for 12 cases is going to be for all black cherry.
Nice.
I was thinking I had to mix it up with the lemonade, and I'm like, why?
Yeah, why? We
Get
might
the
as well
ones
just
you like to drink.
Drink what you like, man. That's what life's all about. Do what you like.
No,
Unless, of course, you get to be 50 and it's clear that you're going to drink yourself to death, then you can't drink anything you like.
Here's the thing about the black candidates, Cory Booker, and I guess I don't know who is Harris trying to run under the umbrella that she's sort of colored.
Yeah,
The novelty is gone.
yeah, it is. It's
But
not-
we've had a black president already,
Right.
and what they won't tell you, and the Democrats won't tell you, is Democrats think that he was a horrible president.
Yeah, right.
He was a horrible president. So if any of these people thinking that they're going to run on race, that ship is sort of fucking like that. It hasn't sailed, but there's somebody on the bow unwrapping the fucking bow line.
Yeah, nobody's
meaning that the identity politics thing is starting to get fucking old.
Yeah,
people are starting to like they've grasped it. Like, all right, you're gay. I understand. You're gay. Right. You had a tough time. Now shut the fuck up.
Right.
You got all the rights you wanted. Now shut up. Shut the fuck up. I mean, oh well, now we want to be able to marry our fucking dog and ass fuck it. No.
We're all set with that.
You can marry your buddy, and if you're a woman, you can marry your honey, and that's it.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
We're done.
Yep.
You're not special. You're fucking gay or lesbian or whatever.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make you special. It just makes you fucking gay.
It makes you homosexual.
It makes you love cock if you're a guy, and pussy if you're a girl,
right.
And that's about it.
Right.
Other than that, you're just like the rest of us. A fucking schlep.
A mess. In some way. You know what I mean? Everyone's a mess in their own way.
So, fuck him. But, so I don't think that's going to work. And none of them, like, he's going to destroy this. Whoever the Democratic nominee is, he will destroy them.
Yeah. It will be not only an electoral win, it will be a popular vote landslide.
Well, I don't know about that, but
it will be an electoral landslide. How's that?
Hey, you play by the rules. And you win by, that's the funny thing, because all these fucking, Hillary won the popular vote. That's the other thing about watching them grow bar. Like they had she's a gook. Is gook derogatory?
It is, but it's funny, so go with it.
How about zipperhead? Is zipperhead derogatory?
Zipperhead's not even really used anymore, but it is funny.
So zipperhead's probably better, politically correct-wise, because nobody knows what it is.
That's like Korean War era zipperhead.
I told you why they call zipperhead.
Because of the tire on the head.
They used to run them. They used to throw the dead North Koreans into the fucking road. Because it was so muddy that the fucking Jeeps and shit would sink. But if you throw the dead bodies into the fucking road, it would stiffen up the soil.
Shore up the road a little bit.
So they'd run them over with the Willys Jeep, and it would leave like a zipper pattern, because that was the tire pattern, in their fucking head.
Right, on their ample fucking forehead.
And that's why they call them zipper heads.
Right. So,
isn't that fucking...
It's awful. It is awful.
But it's fucking funny,
it's
too.
It's funny as fuck.
It is really funny.
Yeah.
But she was... I don't know where I don't even know what she represents. Senator Hanoi,
She must be from Hawaii, man.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. But she tore into him, and she made this long fucking winded statement, and then she's going, well, what do you think about whether it's legal or not? It doesn't really matter. It's whether do you think the president asking the attorney general to lie is bad? And he's like, well, what are you
getting at, honey?
What are you talking about? Oh, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah. So you're a mind reader as well, zipperhead.
Yeah.
So we got the zipperhead mind reader. Like he's going, all right, would you give me the example in which the president asked the attorney general to lie, whether it be me or somebody else? And then Lindsey Graham kind of laid into her for a little bit afterwards, saying, you just fucking, ask him fucking questions. Don't sit here and slander the guy for fucking 8 minutes. If you want to ask him a question, ask him a question. No wonder he didn't show up to the fucking...
For the house one, forget it.
Oh,
that would have been a nightmare for him.
And it's confirmed. Jerry Nadler hates Trump and has hated him for years.
Yeah.
Because Trump's beating the shit out of Jerry Nadler on various projects in New York City. Mm-hmm. Not beating him out of it, but like there's a project Trump wants to get done, Nadler doesn't. Trump goes and rallies the right people, beats Nadler. And Nadler's Nadler's the guy that used to weigh 400 fucking pounds.
Yeah.
Remember him? He was a big fat fuck, and now he's a skinny, angry, hungry,
He's not that skinny.
mean bastard.
Looks like a deflated balloon is what it looks
yeah,
like. Yeah.
but he's
It's like Al
obviously
Roker.
he's really angry because I think he's fucking hungry all the time.
Yeah. He just wants to eat. I had some fucking.
Hey, is that generator still running?
I mean, I have headphones on, so hold on. I don't know what to say, man.
I don't hear it. It's not on fire.
Do you want to take a quick break?
No.
No?
Let's just take a. We're gonna take a quick.
Wait a minute, Joe. Go like this.
No, we're gonna listen just for a second.
Oh, okay. Hold on. That's because that's what people like. Fucking.
Here's some dead air, just for a second.
All right.
I think she's off.
I don't know what to say. I was going to say I think it's on, but this other shit running.
Hey,
so.
just talk for a second.
Yeah, this is me talking.
Say something cute.
Say something witty. It's still running, man. Look at it go. So, yeah, not only did Hillary's had a little bit of stuff to say about old Bill Barr as well and Trumpy. And
I want to see them go after her because this is the gist of this entire investigation. This is why they keep talking about we want to see what the origin of this is because fucking Obama was spying on Trump. And this was one big fat cover-up. And I'm not talking, this isn't fucking conspiracy theory shit. This is like an accepted, this is the accepted fucking
Lindsey Graham had
reason.
some bad shit to say about the Obama and Clinton administration the other day.
Obama was a fucking, Mr. Transparency was the least transparent president ever.
Right.
And if you look at, like, lying to Congress is one of those things where you go to jail. And you've got John Brennan, who is just fucking shithouse nuts. I mean, this guy has a hate for Trump.
Blinded by his hate of Trump.
Yeah, he's like insanely, he's insane with his hatred of Trump. He can't control himself.
Right.
And Clapper is not much better. And Clapper fucking lied to Congress. Just flat out fucking lied.
Mm.
And if it wasn't for Snowden, would have never gotten caught.
Yeah, right.
He was literally asked, do we spy in any way, shape, or form on the American people? Do we listen to any of their phone calls? Or do we do in any way at all? And Clapper said, not wittingly.
Sure.
And it turned out to be a fucking... It's a lie like...
Right.
Like you're caught on video smashing in, running somebody over.
Yeah.
And they ask you, did you run that person over? In any way, shape, or form. Did you, like, hit that person?
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Right.
Well, here's video of you hitting this person. And we can see you in the driver's seat. And we
Wasn't
can
me.
see you hitting the person. We can see you stopping, getting out of the car, and looking at the person who's dead. And
Wasn't
then you're
me.
getting back in the car, driving away. So you're caught dead nuts, and you lied about it. And now he's a fucking analyst for CNN.
Well, you know how that goes. Yeah. That's like Dennis Rodman getting caught by his then wife, Carmen Electra, in bed with some other fucking hottie. Literally caught him in bed. She goes, what are you doing? He goes, what are you talking about? She's like, there's a woman in our bed. He goes, where? Right fucking there. There's a woman right there. What are you doing? And he goes, oh my God, there's a woman. He looks at her. She goes, where? He goes, where did you come from? She's like, I fell out of the ceiling. He goes, she must have fell out of the ceiling.
Get out of my bed, you whore.
Get out. Yeah, well, I don't think Carmen was playing that one very much longer. That's a fucking odd couple right there.
Yeah, but she's
5'0" Carmen Electra and 6'9" fucking mutant Dennis Rodman.
But you know what? Dennis is a whore, and so is she.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, she's like basically blown and fucked pretty much everybody.
You think? I don't know.
I believe she has.
Certainly haven't seen her around at all lately. How's that career going for you, Carmen? She's going to be on one of these fucking baking competitions, celebrity baking.
Well, I don't know what was her claim to fame.
She took Jenny McCarthy's place on, not Remote Control. It might have been Remote Control on MTV back in the day. She was just a looker.
Oh, she was on Baywatch, apparently.
She might have been on Baywatch after that, yeah. But she might have even replaced Pam on Baywatch. I don't know.
I mean, very pretty girl, but
beautiful.
Well, she's 47 years old. There's your answer.
Yeah, I mean, you just never see her around doing anything. You figure... I said celebrity baking. My wife watches these fucking cooking competition shows, and invariably all of them I end up having a celebrity fucking edition, Right now she watches celebrity baking contest, and celebrities, I don't know any of them. The only ones I knew on it were Jimmy J.J. Walker, all right? And he was the first one fucking eliminated. No, it wasn't baking. This was worst cook America celebrity. Jimmy J.J. Walker is still a funny motherfucker, by the way. He was one of the greatest Letterman talk show guests in history. He was great. Anyway, he was first off because he obviously never cooks anything. You know what I mean? And then the other...
I love that guy.
Oh, he's great. And then the other one, and this is great too, Jim J. Bullock. Jim without an I, by the way. Jim J. Bullock was on some fucking 80s...
What do you mean without an I? With a Y?
No, it's J.M. His name is Jim. It's J.M. J. Bullock. You can look it up.
Did he think that was going to help his career?
That's how it always has been. I'm just saying, Jim J. Bullock, and he's great. He's like, what's the word? He's flamboyantly fucking homosexual, And so is another guy on the show who I don't even know. Those are the only two I knew. Jimmy J.J. Walker. Jim J. Bullock, who has not been around a while, he was also a great talk show guest because he used to talk about, he was one of like the earliest famous meth addicts.
Yeah.
And he used to get in all kinds of trouble on meth, you know what I mean? Fucking ruined his career and his life a couple times. He's great too. Jim J. Bullock. He's funny as fuck. Anyway, they saw these celebrities on this show cooking. I'm like, Jesus Christ, times are tough for these people, man.
Well, our current president said it best, and I don't know why I remember it, but he...
Because it was astute.
But he said, people think there's like 10 celebrities out there. He says there's thousands of them.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because somebody asked him, like, do you think you'll ever run out of celebrities? And like,
for Celebrity Apprentice?
Yeah. No. And I mean, he says, are you kidding? There's thousands of them.
Yeah.
It's just, you think about Brad Pitt and... Tom Cruise.
Yeah, you're talking about A-list, top of the list A-listers. You're not going to get them.
But even A-listers, you hear a name and like I don't think I could name 10
A-listers.
I don't think
All
so.
Right. Scarlett Johansson, Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie.
Is she still an A-lister?
Tom Cruise is an A-lister.
I don't know. She hasn't done a movie in
Robert
years.
Downey Jr. is an A-lister. There's 5.
All right, keep going.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
You can throw in De Niro and Pacino still.
You think they're A-listers still? They're old men. They're just not.
All
right, so we'll go with them. Liam Hemsworth? I don't know. Jennifer Lawrence?
Yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence. I'm trying to think of the ones who make the most money in movies. Isn't that weird? Why am I thinking movie stars? There are Howard Stern, is he an A-lister?
Yes.
Yeah, he's definitely an A-lister. How about Ryan Seacrest? Think he's an A-lister? He hosts American Idol. He does the not Kathy Lee. Who took Kathy Lee?
I don't think he'll be on
the little girl there. The little girl on the news in the morning. What's her name?
As soon as he's on Dancing with the Stars, he's no longer an A-lister.
Yeah, Ryan Seacrest isn't on that. He's a fucking A-lister. I can't even remember her name. Kelly Ripa. She's not. She might be an A-lister. But all the, when you think an A-list, you think all faces. There's not even, rock stars used to be A-listers. You can't even name a fucking rock star anymore, can you?
Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl is probably, he's definitely holding the torch for rock and roll. I will say that. I've had that conversation lately. You're right. Dave Grohl That's a great
Plus,
point.
Dave Grohl's won 15 Grammy Awards.
Yeah, and he was in Nirvana. Never mind the Foo Fighters.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, Dave Grohl is rock and roll royalty. I don't know if that necessarily makes him an A-lister. When you think A-lister, you think household name. Tom Cruise is a household name. Oh, Tom Hanks is probably still,
Bob
even though he's
Seger.
getting... Bob Seger's an...
Old man, but still an A-lister.
To people our age, I guess.
Yeah, because, that's all. I don't...
Jay-Z and Beyonce are A-listers. Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, now we're getting into the real A-listers. Except, well, whatever. Yeah, they're on fucking TV. So I guess it's TV and movies. We named a few, but I know what you're saying. There's tons and tons and tons and tons of different levels of celebrities. Our great president was correct. I like, this Celebrity Cooking Championship, there's some fucking F level, like ones I don't, like the one who played Tia and Tamara's mom on whatever the show that they were on, the black twins from, I'm like, what? I don't even recognize this person. Then there's some other kid who, when he was little, he wore glasses and had a spiked fucking haircut, and he was in a lot of movies. He was the cute kid. Now he's in his 20s, and he's like a weird musclehead looking dude, and he's on Celebrity Worst Shit Cooks because he clearly can't get any work, you know?
Who is he now?
I don't even know. I wish I can't remember his name. I'm just saying, that's the type of celebrities on the cooking shows. These are F levels. Trump liked the B and C levels on his shit. That was fun. Gene Simmons from Kiss was on that show. I don't even know.
Gene Simmons is like...
He used to be an A-lister, but
he's certainly an A-lister, like producer dude. Gene Simmons has a lot of fucking money.
Well, he does. Well, they were also marketing geniuses, and that's, if you see any interview with him on why he went on that show, it was purely to market Kiss products. That was it.
Right.
He didn't need... I guess whoever won that show was getting money for charity anyway. He was doing it to promote, because that's what he does. He's a promoter. He promotes
he's
Kiss
very,
merchandise.
very good at...
That's how they made their billions. You know what I mean? He's not a billionaire, but it's a $1 billion franchise.
I got a Sheryl
Kiss.
Crow thing that popped up. I haven't thought of Sheryl Crow in a long time.
All those guys are fucking 70, by the way. They're all getting to be 70, all these rock guys.
Well, Sheryl Crow's 57.
Yeah, I was going to say she's closer to 60
You know what's
than 50.
weird about Sheryl Crow's very attractive.
Yeah, she's a good-looking girl.
And I had
no
like
boobies.
A long time ago, I had like a little crush on Sheryl Crow.
Yeah.
But no man.
Well, she's had men because
She
she's
has,
crazy.
but she has no...
So currently there's no man in her life?
Well,
Here's why, Joe. I was just going to tell a little anecdote. I used to have a little crush on her as well until I found out that she's a whore. Her cunt stinks.
what?
And
Now, how do you
she
know
loves
that?
sucking cock, and she banged all the guys that she toured with. She had she was with that fucking Lance Armstrong for a little while, but he got out of his long-time marriage and was with Sheryl Crow for a little while because she fucking swallows and takes it in the ass.
Oh,
You know what I mean? She's a dirty girl.
So she really likes...
Yeah.
So...
And true whores cannot be with one guy because they constantly need...
Even at 57?
Yeah, they constantly need, at the very least, their vagina filled at all times. At all times.
I don't know.
She's
That's
a
kind
whore.
of, I don't believe you know that.
No, I found that out a long time ago. I heard that literally when you're standing next to her, you can smell her cunt.
That's fucking... Now I know you're
That's
fucking
hearsay.
around. You're fucking around.
I'm just not. She's
I
a
know.
dirty girl. Listen, I'd still party with her.
Hey, Jennifer Aniston can't seem to hold a man.
That's because she's crazy and doesn't give head or take it in the butt. How's that?
Do you think that's it?
Yeah, she's not blowing anybody
I thought she was
because she
still-
looks like that. She doesn't need to blow anybody.
I thought that she was still married.
She was
got
with
married.
that Justin Theroux, and they had a. I didn't know if they were. Did they technically get married?
I think
I think
so.
they did. I think they've
I
already
don't pay
split
that
up.
much attention. The only thing I saw that she had a 50th birthday party and
That was a while ago because she's a year older than me.
There's no. Are you sure?
Yeah, she's a
Wasn't
year
that
older.
just
than me.
now?
No, it was like she's a year
No,
older than me.
Why would
She's going to be 52 this year. I'm going to be 51 in a couple weeks. Fucking way closer to 70 than I am to fucking 30, man. How's
yeah,
that?
You and me both.
Isn't that crazy?
No, she turned 50 in February, idiot.
All right, I'm sorry. She's a year younger than me.
Well,
like
there's no
I said,
reason I would know this other than
she's a year younger than
it
me.
popped up somewhere.
I was wrong.
And
I bet
I thought she was happily married to some. She finally found a nice guy, and I guess he's fucking gone. So she's got a lot of money.
Because she's no fun in bed. She has no man because she's no fun in bed. Sheryl Crow has no man because she's a whore. There's a difference. You know what I'm talking about, too. You know Jen's no fun in bed. You know Jen is no fun in bed.
But no, there's got to be something. Look, there's got to be something. She's got to be fucking like demanding or crazy. Because a guy will stick
won't
around,
spread her legs.
especially if she's got $100 million, you know, or whatever the fuck she's got. She's got a lot of money.
Yeah, she's whatever she is.
You'd stick around.
A-lister, by the way.
I mean, even if you, I don't know if
she's a household name, man.
I don't know.
She's more beautiful now than she ever has been. That's a good-looking girl.
I just never understood it. I never got it.
Got her?
Yeah, I just never got the whole Jennifer Aniston thing.
She's beautiful. That's all it is. That's all there is.
I think
we've
she's
had this
attractive.
conversation at some point.
Maybe she's the girl next door looking kind of pretty. Maybe
whatever that means. I think if the girl next door looks like that, she's on her way to fucking being in Hollywood. That's a good-looking woman. Like Charlize Theron, whatever, however you say her name. That's another one. Oh.
Charlize Theron?
She's a good-looking lady, man. She's one of the highest-paid actresses in the world, too. She's not, however. The highest-paid actress in the world is Scarlett Johansson. And her movies have made more money than any other actress, which is a no-brainer because she's been in 3 movies that made over $1 billion. The fucking Avengers movies.
Yeah, but she's not. There's so many stars in those Avengers movies that you can't.
Oh, she's not the main attraction. The main attraction in that is Robert Downey Jr. Speaking of fucking former meth heads, although I'm not. Sorry, Bob. I don't know.
He had a bad time for a while.
He did time. He actually did prison time.
Yeah.
Like
He had a bad time.
Yeah. Hollywood welcomed him back with open arms. That's because he didn't say anything bad about the Jews.
Oh, he split from her husband in March of 2018.
Wow, it's been a year already.
But Brad Pitt showed up at her birthday party.
And fucking tried to stick his thumb in her
He
cooch,
probably
but
banged her.
No, I'm telling you. That's why he left her. She's no fun. She's no fun. I bet you Angelina Jolie's a little fun, but none of them are as fun as Sheryl Crow or Nancy Pelosi. Nancy used to be fun. She's not fun anymore. Cheryl is a good time, man. She drinks with the boys. She
blows them all.
Blows
apparently.
the whole group all at once. Everybody. Right at once.
She's got like, she can somehow manage a cock under her arm. And
watertight every night on the road.
Watertight
every night on the road.
Oh.
Just waking up not only with a hangover, but like can't open her eyes because it's just encrusted with cum. You know what I mean? She's just like, I can't see. Well, fucking wash your face, honey. And then do me a favor. You're going to need to fucking water pick your fucking cunt so it doesn't fucking smell tonight on stage.
Now, here's a unique report.
Do you remember when we saw Sheryl Crow, by the way?
No, because I didn't go.
No.
I fell asleep.
No. That was the night we were trying to push our way to the front.
Yeah.
And you called some poor lady a cunt.
No, she was irritable.
Irritating.
Well, she was irritated because we kept like fucking cutting in front of him.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Fuck you,
Trying
you
to
cunt.
get in front. That was weird. That was actually the hardest fucking show to get in the front. I got in front in a lot of shit. Fucking Public Enemy.
Brad Pitt is apparently buying Jennifer Aniston, the house they used to live in, for $80 million. That can't be true.
That's a lot of money for a house, man.
$80 million for a house.
Brad Pitt has $80 million for a house.
Just
That's crazy.
Buy his ex-wife.
He's buying it for her. Is that what it says?
Yeah, like as a
fucking present.
Reconciliation gift, just to say,
Here's 80 mil, honey.
you were right. I should have never left you for that fucking lunatic
Yeah.
who's chopped her tits off and weighs 37
Oh
pounds.
boy.
And why is she still allowed to keep those kids? She's a crazy person.
Apparently, she's a little loony.
No, apparently she's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Well,
Not just a little loony. Crazy.
yeah. I bet you she's
Fucking
crazy.
crazy.
Although,
Batshit crazy. Probably ready to see if the kids can fly. You know what I mean? You can do it, Maddox. Just Maddox is probably 27, but still,
yeah, he's up there.
here's a bat suit. You can do it. Just flap really hard with your fucking arms.
Yeah, when you get into the preventative lopping off of the tits, that's crazy. She did not have a tumor, or that was preventative.
I know.
It's
It seems
whoa,
a little.
Whoa. It's like he wasn't gone that long after that. By the way, he's like, wait. You're cutting off your fun bags? You know what I mean?
Just for fun.
Oh, that's crazy. She used to wear a vial of Billy Bob Thornton's blood around her neck.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're a little nuts. Billy Bob, you got to give him credit.
Well,
Funny actor, by the way.
It was probably her idea, and he just went along with it so he could keep fucking her in the ass.
Right. Yeah.
Well, Brad's apparently worth $300 million.
I believe it. That's a lot of money. He probably invests his money well, too, I think he's a real estate guy. A lot of those people are real estate guys.
Well, it's very hard to, if you're not a complete fuck up, it's very hard when you're making, $20-30 million on a movie. Apparently, the deal is they do things like. The only reason I'm saying this is I heard him talk about. He says, "Well, the real money is I go to fucking Japan or China and make a commercial,
Right.
for something that will only be shown in
Japan or
China, and they pay you $30 million.
Right.
Actually, you know who I heard that from? Artie Lang when he was on Howard Stern.
No shit.
And it was like confirmation of that.
Yeah.
So if you're one of these actors and you want to make some extra dough, you can go to, because they fucking love them.
Right.
Speaking
of Scarlett Johansson, that was the premise of the first movie that she was in with Bill Murray. Bill Murray played a celebrity who was in Japan doing commercials. Shit, I can't remember the name of that movie. You know what I'm talking about, too.
Say it again now.
The movie that Bill Murray played, he was in with Scarlett Johansson. It was her first movie as an adult, by the way. She's been in the movies since she was a kid. Fuck, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Bill Murray, Scarlett Johansson. We're in a movie.
They were in Japan.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And that was the premise of that movie, that he was making commercials over there because that's where the money was. You know what I mean?
It was
Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson movie. The name of the movie was Lost in Translation.
Yes.
2003. Good movie. She was young in that movie and was playing a slightly older character. She was only 19 in that movie, and she was playing someone in her 20s. She was playing Giovanni Ribisi's wife. He was a celebrity photographer in that movie, and that was kind of a small role for him. He's been in a lot of movies, too. Most importantly, as Nicolas Cage's younger brother in the remake of Gone in 60 Seconds, which is one of the most critically panned, speaking of Angelina Jolie, one of the most critically panned movies ever, but I love that fucking movie.
Gone in 60 I only watched it once.
Seconds. Now, that was a remake, The original was even good, but the remake was great. I thought it was awesome. It was so mindless.
With Nicolas Cage?
Nicolas Cage, Angelina Jolie, Giovanni Ribisi, and a couple other guys you recognize. That is one of my favorite panned movies, but my favorite, and we've brought it up before, but my favorite critically panned movie and didn't make a lot of money, but it's great every time it's on. I watch it. The Quick and the Dead with Sharon Stone. Gene Hackman is the evil fucking gunslinging fucking
Leo
sheriff.
DiCaprio.
Leo DiCaprio, Russell, what's his name? Crowe as the preacher.
Yeah, I miss Russell Crowe because Russell Crowe is fucking awesome. An awesome actor.
What is he? He must be working on something. Or
I
is
don't
he
know. I think
semi-retired.
I think he's like...
He's been in a lot of good movies.
He's been in a lot of movies. I think he likes... I don't think he really likes it that much.
L.A. Confidential, I believe, was the first movie that he was really, really recognized in. And then after that, it was just a slew of fucking movies.
But he made some... He's a great actor. He really is.
A Beautiful Mind.
Yeah.
Gladiator, which is a totally different movie, but goddamn, he was good in an epic movie.
Now, that's a movie that I can watch...
over and over and over and over. And
when it comes on... And I just see it and I'm like, oh, I'll watch some.
By the way,
I'll watch half of it.
I'm a fan of Roman history and Roman shit like that. That was fictionalized Roman history. There wasn't, you know what I mean? If you read up on it, none of those people were like actual people in Rome. It was kind of a alternate reality Roman type situation.
Who would know, Al?
Well, me, because I looked it up. I'm pretty. You know what was fairly. I believe to the book was Rome, the miniseries Rome on HBO 10, 12, 13 years ago. You remember that?
I believe the shit in the Colosseum that they used to do was pretty much similar.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just talking about the names of the people and
Oh yeah,
what I mean. There was
even Marcus Aurelius, and these are my two horses, fucking Ginger,
and even the
fucking Pepper.
But even like whatever legion that he was in, that he. As a fucking general or whatever. That wasn't a real legion.
Marcus Aurelius or something like that.
I don't think his name was Mark. There was an actual Marcus Aurelius.
I think that was his name, wasn't it?
No, it was Maximus. Maximus
Peninus.
Yeah, Maximus Penis Erectus Enormous, the third.
A.K.A. Huge Cock Billy. He's going to get in the fucking cage.
Right.
And beat up some lions. No, I mean, the whole Hollywood thing. I just remember Scarlett Johansson was in The Horse Whisperer.
As a small child, right? As a teenager.
Well, she was like 14.
Yeah, 14. Right.
She was missing a leg.
I don't remember that movie. I never saw it.
And they take these kids, and apparently she was on somebody's, maybe it was Stern, but she seems to be fairly grounded. Some of these people, like the Lindsay Lohans are just out of their fucking mind.
Well, she's doing a reality show, so she's fucking
but she's
for money now, too. She's a good actress, by the way, Lindsay Lohan. She's a nut.
She had potential, but she's
beautiful,
crazy.
Beautiful, beautiful breasts.
But, I don't think Scarlett Johansson is going to implode. She's got some sort of... there's some grounding there.
She's the
must
highest.
Have good parents.
She gets paid more than Julia Roberts, and she gets paid more than Sandra Bullock. She gets paid more than anybody.
Let me tell you something.
She
I understand Julia Roberts. Julia Roberts has an electric smile. I have never understood Sandra Bullock ever.
You don't think she's beautiful?
No.
Wow, that's a good-looking girl.
I mean, not. 8 top A-list #1 actress, beautiful.
She was for a little while.
And I mean, I'm talking about going back to, I watched that fucking movie with
Keanu
Reeves on the bus.
Yeah.
And she's got that fucking annoying, it's not the pitch, but it's something with her voice. That voice is sort of, it's not shrieky, and I don't give a fuck if you think it's sexist. It's just
it's shrill.
There's guys with annoying voices too.
Yeah, right.
She's got to me, it's like a fucking.
Yeah,
it's not as bad as nails on a chalkboard, but it's sort of like. And when she was married to Jesse James, they had like pictures of her and. Like, she's looking a little rough.
That's another one who can't possibly be fun in bed.
Maybe she's a really sweet person, and that's why, she's like America's sweetheart or something.
I think she was at one point. Yeah.
I mean, Julia Roberts, I get. I mean, and I don't think Julia Roberts is like pretty. Like I remember Pretty Woman, and I haven't seen Pretty Woman in. Maybe I saw it once.
I saw it like 2 weeks ago. It's my wife's favorite movie.
Pretty Woman it's a good movie, and she is fucking great in that.
Yeah, she's very good in that movie.
And I don't want to say that maybe she's just not my type, but because she's got the horse teeth and shit. But she's electric.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
Totally.
At least that's the way I read it. And I never really the Sandra Bullock thing. I'm like, I'm not saying anything bad about her.
You just don't get it.
Fine. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like,
She makes the world go
she's
round.
not ugly. I'm not saying she's ugly.
No,
I'm not saying
the opposite of ugly.
I don't get it. I'm like, all right.
She just doesn't do
If
it
you
for you.
Sometimes they push this shit on you like a product, and like, this is the most beautiful person in the world, and you're like,
Really? Well, that's like
okay.
me with the whole. Why is Ellen DeGeneres a makeup spokesperson? I never like cover girl. I don't get it. That's not a good-looking lady. I'm sure
Ellen
she's lovely.
DeGeneres looks like a fucking crazy person.
She's not a good-looking girl.
No,
And she's on a
well, you know
makeup
what she looks
commercial.
like?
That is
She looks
political
like a
correctness.
fucking lesbian.
I guess.
And if you want like somebody that
Maybe
like,
that's what it is. Maybe they're trying to sell makeup to lesbians. I didn't
mean,
even think of that.
She is like,
Maybe that's what it is.
it could be,
Yeah.
but there's fucking homosexuals make up 3% of the population, so that's 1.5%.
Is it only 3?
It's fucking 3, dude.
No shit.
It's not 10. They were trying to,
For a while, they were trying to say 1 out of 10, right?
Yeah.
It's 3 out of 100.
No, 1 out of 10 might, like, somebody might suck a dick, here or there, occasionally. But
They whip out their cock and jerk off with their friend,
or
but
eat
not
a
necessarily
cunt or something, but-
manipulate each other's penis.
but we're not talking about, like, getting married gay.
Yeah, lifestyle type shit.
But it's like 3%. So, I mean, that's a pretty slim market to try to,
Yeah, that's
what are they going to pay her?
so. It can't possibly be that they were trying to sell lesbians. Fucking, what was their fucking line of thinking?
I don't know. Maybe I think people really like. She's got a very popular show. There's enough people that like her, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean, I can't like the fucking dancing thing when
I guess when she comes out, she dances.
Well, no, like the guest comes out and they have to dance.
They
with
dance
her
together.
And, it's just like and she's got the fucking like Converse sneakers and the
The corduroys.
Rachel Maddow fucking. She went to the Rachel Maddow.
Well, Rachel
fucking
Maddow went to
clothing
the
store.
Rachel Maddow,
Or vice versa.
Yeah, Rachel Maddow went to Ellen DeGeneres' tailor,
And they wear
know
the
what I mean?
the fucking quintessential lesbian outfit, and it's.
Boy, oh boy, does Rachel Maddow fucking think she's
I think
smarter than
that's-
everyone.
I
I
think
tried
that-
to watch the show again the other night.
I've never.
She
watched the
literally is talking down to whoever doesn't agree with her. You know what I mean? She's just. I for a while there, I gave her, I don't know if credit, but I gave her wide berth. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, well, somebody has to have her job, and she does it okay, I guess.
Well, you
but
gave her
sit
wide berth because you were taught for a little while and you bought into it, because I'm guilty of it too.
Yeah.
That homosexual people are special. And you know what? There's nothing special about her. She's a left-wing lunatic.
Yeah, yeah, that's where
all
I'm at
she
with
is.
her. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
anybody that doesn't agree with her way of thinking is obviously a moron.
Yeah, she really holds people like you and I in. I mean, maybe she holds us in disdain as much as we hold her in disdain currently.
I don't hold her in disdain.
Yeah, well, I'm
have
starting
any,
to.
I don't have any respect. I don't.
Yeah.
Look, anybody that doesn't, it's like Nancy Pelosi. And you say, well, how could you be like the Republicans? And I'm like, I don't really like them either. I like anyone that has some fucking logic.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm the congresswoman from San Francisco. We have a huge homeless problem. we probably shouldn't take in homeless illegal immigrants because we can't take care of our own citizens who are already United States citizens. We don't have the ability to do that. So we're going to have to back off on taking in illegal aliens. Now, that is a logical thought process. But that's not what you hear. So you have an app. Let's find out what app this is.
What's the name of the app?
So you've got an app that tells people that live in San Francisco where not to go so they don't step in homeless people's shit. And so to listen to Rachel Maddow is to listen to someone who has a point of view that is illogical.
Right.
So to sit there and think that she makes a whole lot of sense is to be someone who doesn't believe in logic.
Yeah. So fucking snooty, too. Just fucking...
Well, they're all like that. They're all like, and not only am I right, but
I'm smarter than you and I'm righter than you.
I am just going to be a real cunt about it, too, or an asshole. It's like I think Larry, what's his fucking name? The guy, he's on like...
Storch?
No, there's a couple shows out.
Eliason?
You have to call him Lawrence.
Oh, Lawrence fucking O'Donnell.
Lawrence O'Donnell.
Lawrence.
Boy, I'd love to punch the fuck out of him.
He fancies himself a tough guy, Joe. That might be a fun go.
I'll beat him to death.
You guys are probably around the same age, too.
I'll beat him to fucking death.
Yeah, you wouldn't look that funny beating him. He's around the same age. If he was like 10 years older, then you probably shouldn't be fighting
I don't
Lawrence.
think he's 55. I bet he's 65. But
You
still,
think? He looks good. Maybe he is a tough guy.
I'd beat him to death.
Oh, sure.
And even if he beat me,
With one
I'd
of his
come
own-
back with a bat and fucking...
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'd get him while he wasn't looking.
It's not a boxing match, Joe. It's a fight to the death.
I mean, I'll fucking come with a chainsaw,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
baseball bat.
Yeah, yeah. There's
and
no
I'll
a
saw his
pipe,
fucking
whatever
head
it
off.
takes.
But he's a fucking arrogant cunt
Yeah.
asshole.
He might be the fucking biggest arrogant.
He's probably worse than
fucking cunt.
Maddow.
Oh, totally. I think so. She's not saying, she doesn't fancy herself a tough girl. She just thinks she's smarter than you. He thinks that he's smarter than you and that he'll beat you.
The other thing is,
He's a cunt.
Dennis Miller said this probably 20 years ago.
The king of non sequiturs.
Dennis Miller said, Dennis Miller was a left-wing lunatic, just
For a
like
while.
the rest of them.
Yeah.
And he said, it came to a point where I just wasn't that certain I was right.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's sort of like you have to hold. If you become so entrenched in a belief, then you might as well you're in a fucking cult.
Right.
You might as well be in a cult.
Sure.
Of course, Greg is fucking the second coming of Jesus.
Right.
He fucks my wife every Tuesday.
Oh boy.
You know what I mean? So it's just you have to have an open mind, and you have to be open to not all logical arguments hold water.
Right.
You can find a logic stream that is missing, has some fucking holes, and it's not going to hold water. But if you are completely devoid of logic and you run on emotion,
Yeah.
like a Nancy Pelosi is, although Nancy Pelosi's no idiot because she's not going to impeach Trump because she knows that if they impeach Trump, she keeps a keen eye on the polls, which is a logical thing to do.
Yeah.
And the American people don't want Trump impeached.
No.
So if they impeach them, they're going to fucking lose, and they're going to lose the fucking House and Senate. Well, they don't have the Senate, but they're going to lose seats in the Senate. They're going to lose the House. They're going to lose the presidency.
They're going to lose a couple
And she
governorships
knows
and
that.
all that.
She knows that, and she's not going along with the complete fucking lunatics
Yeah.
and starting the impeachment process. Although I wouldn't be surprised if she does.
Somebody's already drafted articles of impeachment, but
Of course.
they're not getting out of subcommittee. You know what I mean?
No, it's just like,
Listen, the American people don't even care about his tax returns. Never mind want to see him impeached.
well,
you know?
and the other thing is, I watched some fucking whore say, well, have we gotten Trump's, she was asking Barr this about like Trump's tax returns, and are we going to get, the president doesn't, if you're upset that Trump didn't release his tax returns, then don't vote for him.
Right.
It's
Nobody
as simple as that.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I know exactly why he's not releasing his tax returns.
Because it's 500 pages long, and it can
Probably
be picked apart.
2,000 pages.
It can be
long,
picked
and they'll
apart.
take
Every
everything
little bit
out
of
of
minutia.
context,
Yeah.
just like they're doing with this fucking report. Because I've read, I went in, I took my Adobe Acrobat Pro X or X Pro, whatever the fuck it is, and I took a PDF of the Mueller report, and it scans it so because it's not really a text file, turns it into a text file, and then search for obstruction, and read everything there was about obstruction. And now there are things that you might say, that wasn't a really good thing to do, but it didn't breach. It's whether it's fucking, did he do anything criminal?
Yeah.
And the answer is no. And I believe, Barr said about the letter that Mueller sent. And he says, well, it was kind of snitty.
Yeah.
But I believe Mueller is part of the cabal that is trying to keep this thing fucking alive so that they don't investigate the real issue, which is that Barack Obama spied on the Republican nominee who was running for president.
Mueller.
That is the huge elephant in the room.
Right.
That
It is. The
that
crux
is
of
missing.
fucking that letter from Mueller to Barr was that he wasn't happy about how the fucking press was covering. And it's like, what? So why are you writing Barr a letter about that? Because Barr said to him on the phone, he said, did I miss something, or did I mischaracterize your report in the summary? He goes, no, but
The press
But
is
the press. So what?
reading it as if I exonerated.
Well, what Mueller wanted him to do was to release certain sections of it immediately, and he's like, "I'm not doing that. I'm releasing it all at once with redactions, lawful redactions. Anything that has to do with anyone's name in a grand jury, and anything that has to do with national security. That's how we're going to do this. I'm not releasing it piecemeal again, so nothing is taken all the way out of context, because they're going to take shit out of context anyway. Anything that's individualized, it's by definition out of context. You know what I mean?
I wish that, because he doesn't, have a temperament like me. If Kamala Harris asked me if I read all of the underlying evidence, I'd say, "You mean the 1.4 million documents that were released by the White House? Did I read them all?"
Yeah.
And then I would turn it around and I'd say, "Yes or no? Did you read all the evidence of all the cases that you fucking prosecuted?
Right.
You fucking piece of shit."
You read
cunt."
every last letter of every fucking piece
And
of
why
fucking
would you?
evidence. You don't, because you have a staff.
So on one hand, you got Kamala Harris praising the Mueller report for all of the obstruction that it shows Trump. At the same time, asking Barr if he read all the evidence that made the Mueller report what it was.
Yeah.
So, again, we're talking about logic.
Yeah, right.
There's a complete lack of logic.
Absence.
You've lost the logic.
Yeah.
So you want to hold the report up as showing that Trump is at least did things that look like maybe didn't rise to the criminal level of obstruction.
Yeah.
So you're holding it up in that light. But at the same time, you're saying to the Attorney General, well, did you read all of the evidence that the report that the report was came from?
Right.
You meaning like
I read as much of the evidence as you did, honey.
500 fucking people. There was like, I think it was 250. There was like 250 people that fucking did testimony and that gave statements. Or
I think you're right. I think there was 500 witnesses interviewed.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about fucking millions of pages of evidence.
Yeah.
That was summarized in a 440-page report.
The janitors.
That didn't have, and I swear Mueller did this. Well, we can't. It said something like, it wasn't exonerate, but it was more like. I read the part where it says, while we can't, nothing rises to the criminal level. We can't, which was a bullshit move.
Strange move. Isn't it your job here to say yes, yay, or nay? Why would you release a final report with
a vague answer?
With a vague conclusion. That's
right.
Why release it? It wasn't ready to be released then.
Say
we wanted it released.
It rose to the level, in my opinion, of
criminal
obstruction, or nothing rose to the level of obstruction.
Right.
Why leave it vague?
Well, what he
Unless
wants
you
is
want it
to continue the ruse, so
right.
Congress now does an investigation.
On.
He wants it to live on. That's why he did it.
You give it to that beady-eyed cunt, Adam Schiff.
Adam Schiff, right? Another one
who's fucking a dog right now.
Yeah, right.
As we speak, 7:38. He's balls deep in a dog.
Yeah,
probably fingering his own kids too.
Yeah, right.
Like. He's playing like on a wine glass. He's playing his daughter's cunt with his finger. And
yeah, so that you're right. Bob Mueller that's why he did it.
Because he's part of the fucking cabal.
He is. He doesn't want anything to come to light about
what the Obama. And they say, well, he's a Republican, but they fucking hate. They hate Trump.
Right.
Which makes it even better that he's going to win again.
Yeah.
This is why I love Trump.
Right.
The more they hate him, especially the Republican side,
yeah,
the more I like him.
Yeah, well, they're coming around.
If you're pissing everybody off, you're doing something right.
Yeah, they're
especially in Washington, D.C., where they all fucking... And, they talk about the deep state, and people go, oh, that's crazy. And I mean, all you got to do is say, how long has Bob Mueller been fucking floating around Washington, D.C.?
As long as Bill Barr has. They all have. They all have. They're
Bill
all
Barr
lifers.
Was fucking George H.W. Bush's fucking...
Yeah, in his 30s. He was the Attorney General of the United States.
We're talking 30 fucking years ago.
Yep.
These people fucking never leave.
Yeah, they don't. And then if they're out of the actual Justice Department or government, whatever, they're fucking lobbying. They're still around. They're in a law office that has contact somehow with government people every day. It's a culture. It's a culture. But then again, I mean,
these people, and then you've got people that make $170,000 a year are somehow multi-millionaires.
Yeah.
Then you find out through 60 Minutes that for as long as until somebody brought it up, you could do insider trading as a congressperson.
Right.
Just straight up. And Nancy Pelosi and her fucking husband made $5 million by insider trading Visa stock.
Right.
These people are fucking crooks.
Yeah, they are.
If you think if you're siding with either side, then you're a crazy person.
Well, I mean, you have to exhibit some logic in drawing your own conclusions.
If you don't think Trump's the right guy for this time,
you're disingenuous.
You're illogical.
Well, yeah, and you're disingenuous at best.
Because Washington, D.C. needs a kick in the cunt.
It's getting one.
And that's what's happening. And,
And
that's... Now, we don't need a Trump. You don't want a Trump every single time.
No.
But every 50, 60, 70, 100
100
years.
years, yeah.
It depends on how bad it gets. You need it. Washington, D.C. needed a kick in the cunt. The last thing it needed was Hillary Clinton.
Oh, my God.
Can you imagine having that fucking crook in there?
Oh, my God. How bad would the economy be right now?
Oh, it would be horrible
Be in
because
the
she would have
tank.
upped environmental laws.
Yeah.
So that, we're going to have less parts per million of fucking coal dust than before there were humans.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Before people started lighting cave fires.
Right. And that's going to, and our economy's going to fucking, shrink by fucking minus 2.2 points.
Right.
I mean, imagine the lying and the scandals that would be going on right now if she was in there.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be... There wouldn't be as much Hillary derangement syndrome as there is Donald derangement syndrome.
No. Well,
you know what I mean?
That's what makes Donald great.
Yeah.
Is the derangement syndrome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Watching them lose their minds. Watching people that used to be able to keep it together and pretend that they were unbiased.
Right.
Like the Sunday News Show guys.
Yeah.
I mean, Chuck Todd is ready to get a machine gun and go shoot up the White House.
He sure is.
He's ready to do a fucking, he's going to go do a fucking killing. Sleepy Eyes is getting ready to
Old
fucking go
Sleepy Eyes
crazy.
Chuck Todd.
Snap Crap is the name of the app that invites San Francisco residents to report homeless person shit on city streets.
Nice. The feces-strewn streets of San Francisco.
See something gross? The Snap Crap is bringing San Francisco poop problem.
Snap Crap.
Poop
That's
problem.
awesome.
The new Snap Crap app is bringing San Francisco's poop problem into focus.
So what is it? You take a picture of it and document where you are, and it tracks wherever you are? That's
Don't
beautiful.
walk here.
It's beautiful.
So, but let all the fucking illegals in, too. That'll help things.
Yeah. Well, they'll at least probably try to find work in the apartment. What is the deal with the Skid Row and that? Is that like all the crazy people, or what's going on with that? What type of homeless are we talking about?
I believe we're talking about people that
don't care.
you can't afford to live there.
Yeah.
You can't afford to. Okay. You and Kat go out, and the only apartment that you can find that you could actually stomach is $3,000 a month.
Right.
What are you going to do? And that's kind of the way it is.
What I'm going to do is move into this fucking podcast studio. That's what I'm doing.
So
no, I know what you're saying.
You can't afford to fucking live there.
Yeah, right.
Because it's so crazy expensive. Because people, look, Southern California if you like the weather, it's a great place to live. And Los Angeles has the distinction of being, Hollywood, where dreams are made.
Right.
And most dreams are broken.
Yeah, sure.
So
that in Las Vegas.
And then
That's where
San Francisco invites the homeless by saying, well, everybody's welcome in San Francisco. So it gets pretty cold in San Francisco in the winter. Well, but it's not fucking Boston cold. It's not like -4 and you're in a tent. It might get to be 30, 35 and pretty fucking raw.
Well, you know what Mark Twain said about San Francisco?
The coldest winter he's ever experienced was in August in San Francisco.
Was a summer in San Francisco.
Or a summer in San Francisco.
Yeah. Which...
Something like that.
Dropping Mark Twain fucking references here on Kinda Right. Can I go home?
Are we done?
Yeah, I'm done. I was going to bring up that the opioid boss was guilty of, see that? The guy who heads up, I can't remember the name of the fucking company.
Eli Lilly? Is it Eli Lilly?
Anyway, bribing doctors to prescribe fentanyl. But I could never tie that into anything else that we talked about today.
But now fentanyl isn't the... This is a drug company?
Yeah.
Boss?
Yeah.
But it's not Oxycontin, it's fentanyl?
No, fentanyl, yeah. Fentanyl is...
You can get fentanyl. Apparently, you can... I haven't looked, but I watched something this weekend. You can go online and get fentanyl delivered to your fucking house from China. Horse fentanyl.
No shit.
It's 50 times more powerful than fentanyl for humans, which is like 100 times more powerful than hydrocodone.
No shit.
So meaning they had like a little packet and that could kill like 150,000 people. I mean, I love opiates and I wouldn't even fuck with that shit. I mean, like take a little,
Put a little.
We're talking about like just
A little
take
tasty.
a little dab on the tongue and you're dead.
Yeah, right. That sounds scary.
No, I don't want anything to do with that.
Just give me the fucking whatever the Percocet is without the acetaminophen in it, whatever that's called.
Hydrocodone.
Hydrocodone, please. Thank you. Although I will say,
Or oxycodone.
I've had OxyContin. There's no, that's not delivered with fucking acetaminophen or ibuprofen or anything. That's in a little. I had one of them in a little. I called it a bumblebee. It was in a little bumblebee capsule. This is a long time. This is back when I was fucking around with that shit. Black and yellow.
How big was it?
It was very tiny. It was about that.
No, milligrams. How many milligrams?
Oh, I think it was 5 or less.
Yeah, because the thing about OxyContin is they went from 5 to 80.
Yeah, right. This was definitely a 5. Right, now I remember.
So you can get an 80 milligram
Yeah, because
pill.
I had gotten my hand on a 20 and a 30 and was splitting it up. But the little 5s, the little bumblebees that I call them, those were a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Those were good.
But if you take an 80 milligram OxyContin, then you're into 16 5 milligram hydrocodone.
Yeah, and then you're also asking to
plus whatever else it's got in it.
You're begging to become addicted. You know what I mean?
Well,
because your body's just gonna really, really, really need to have more OxyContin in it.
The addiction, though, is. I think you can look it up, or maybe you can't.
Yeah.
But the addiction thing happens to, it's like 25% of the people, like 75% of the people can do any drug.
And never become addicted.
I believe I'm one of those people.
You might be. There are guys.
I can just fucking, I love opiates. If I get a fucking 40 things, I'll take all 40 of them. But when I run out, I'm not.
Jonesing to go get more.
I'm not,
right,
crawling around downtown going, hey, where I can get some fucking.
Yeah, I'm not that way either. But
I'm not trying to
I don't
scam
even
the doctor.
I love those. I don't even want to mess with them because I know that I like them too much, and there's always a chance that I'm gonna Jones for them because I have fiended for them before. I don't want to fiend for them.
Yeah. Now that's the thing that I can honestly say I've never really fiended for anything.
Yeah.
Even like when I was drinking shitloads of beer.
Yeah.
It was more of a habit than it was. It was like just time to. It was time to drink beer. It was not like I have to have a fucking
out
beer.
of boredom or just even something to do with your fucking hands.
Exactly.
Know what I mean? Yeah. No, I get it. Believe me, I was in that boat, but it changed for me somewhere along the line.
Yeah, but you know what? You did something about it.
Yeah, I know. I'm off the booze, and it's been.
Most people can't do that.
It's been 7 weeks, something like that.
How have you been as far as finding a new person?
Well, I saw the same guy again last night. I decided.
Did he talk about his own problems?
He did a lot of talking last night. He's awful, but now
I wish you could go to mine.
Now I'm paying like $80 to I guess I get reimbursed at some point. That's the other thing. They're not in the network, so I got to pay them. Then they send me a itemized receipt, and then I forward the receipt to Kat, who forwards it to the crazy insurance fucking hack at her company who then gives it to the insurance company, and then in 30 days from then you get cut a check for whatever you know what I mean? It's just, I just want to find someone who's in the network. Yes, I will give you your fucking copay. That's great.
What time do you have to be at work?
I have to be at work at 8, but I want to find someone in New Bedford that I can be there at 7 in New Bedford. That'd be great. You know what I mean? I can't do. No one's. I'm an hour away from work. I can't go to someone at 6 a.m. in
I'm
fucking
telling you, my guy, I
Kingston,
found him
in Plymouth.
I found a guy.
No, I know you told me. You told me,
and I know he would work for you.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
his
I know.
office told me that new patients cannot get night and weekend cannot get.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ask him.
Can't get night and weekend appointments
because I'm seeing him Monday at 7.
Yeah.
And
he's in my network, by the way.
He's giving me
my
7 o'clock appointments, and I'm going to say, hey, look, could you see?
If they're 45 minutes, I can do 6:30 in the morning. I want to do night. Here's the thing, Joe. This guy, I left last night. The first 3 or 4 times I left and I felt good. Last night I didn't feel good. And my wife said, that means it might be working that I didn't feel good when I left last night.
Well, I'll tell you what I do. I do most of the talking.
No, I try to do most of the talking, but
and and then he'll like go, okay, now how does this tie into this?
Yeah.
So he guides me, and I found some interesting shit. Like a lot of I've always kind of guessed at this, but a lot of my shit comes from it's from my mother, not from my father.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's kind of confirmed that. And after 7 fucking visits or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, and I think if you would ask him, he goes, no, we haven't confirmed that. But, like, he sort of confirmed that.
Yeah.
Or at least I've kind of confirmed it in my head. Because I kind of do the talking. But if I get, like, he'll bring me back. All right, now let's get back to... And he listens. And then you know what I mean? He knows what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah.
And
now this guy's a little, like I was noticing in the waiting room last night, and I never noticed it before. There's a sign-up sheet for Christian meditation in that office with him, Mike, whatever his last name is. And it says... Christian meditation, blah, 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 with Mike, blah, comma, a constant seeker of God. I'm like, I'm definitely in the wrong place. You know what I mean?
Here's the other thing. Whether it's an act or genuine, this guy is genuinely interested as far as I'm concerned, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's good.
He could be asleep with his eyes open. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But he's genuinely interested.
Yeah.
And that is a hugely important thing. Like if the guy's looking at his watch while you're talking, you can't fucking...
I know, that's the feeling I get with this guy.
You can't start bearing your...
You know how I said he did a lot of talking? He does a lot of talking towards the end. I know when he's starting to ramp up, he's not even summarizing what's going on, but I think he's kind of letting me know what he thinks is going on. So like the last 5-10 minutes, he's definitely talking more than me. And I'm like, oh, here we go. He's going to, yep, there it is. There's the receipt book. All right, I guess it's time to go. You know what I mean?
But now he's a master's degree guy. He's not a PhD.
He's definitely not a PhD, just based on what he drives and how bad his office smells. The office smells like piss. When you walk out of his office,
someone pissed. In
when
his
you
office?
walk in and it smells office.
Does he have a cat on the couch
Listen,
with
you
you?
walk into the fucking waiting room and it smells like a dirty bathroom. You go into his office where you got to sit. It smells the same. And then when you leave and use the men's room on the way out before you leave, the bathroom smells like a breath of fresh air compared to the waiting room and his office. So that's bad enough. I got a headache when I'm out of there. Now, I told my wife, it's very possible I'm conjuring this in my head because I have a sensitive fucking thing of smell. But I told her, can you come with me not come with me, meet me there at the beginning and smell this place. Because if it doesn't smell bad, then I know I'm fucking crazy. It could be my mind playing tricks with me because I don't want to be there. Joe, it smells like piss. It's awful.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm going to ask. I'll see if he can do hey, can you meet a buddy of mine
he's
at
in
6
my
o'clock?
he's in my
Twice
network.
a week.
He's in my network.
You'll love this guy. He's interesting. Because he already
I'm an
said that
interesting study.
he can see you. There's no conflict. Like if we were brothers or something.
Yeah, right.
That doesn't work. Or if we were married,
Right.
which is legal now, then he couldn't do that.
It's legal, but it doesn't sound all that. Well, don't
Doesn't
they have?
sound really attractive.
Don't they-
Al, I don't really want to see your ass ever, and I believe you don't want to see mine.
I'm not looking for that. I'm just not.
The thought actually makes me fairly.
Now,
And it's not. Don't take it the wrong way.
aren't there like some people who go to couples therapy with their spouse, and then they also, or don't they sometimes bring a spouse in when you're having one-on-one therapy? There must be some other school of the talk therapy thing, because sometimes it seems like the same therapist will treat either the couple together or separately. I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking.
Well, I think they'll. Now, here, talk about talking out your ass.
Yeah.
Because this is what I've seen in movies, so who fucking knows?
I don't. Yeah.
But, I would understand if the guy said to me, hey, would your wife come in and talk to me? Just so he can verify some of the shit that I'm telling him. You know what I mean? Or to see, what's the disconnect?
I know what you're saying. This guy, at the beginning, he thought Kat was going to be there with me. He goes, your wife's not here? I was like, no, I don't want her to be here. He goes, is everything okay with you two? I'm like, yeah, I'm here. I'm here to. Because
I macheted her in the parking lot.
I want to do this. This is me. It's not me and Kat. Me and Kat are great. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not. I told him, I'm here to talk to you because you are also a 50-year-old man, and I'm not going to lie to you about anything. I don't need my wife here. She doesn't need to verify anything. I'm going to tell you the truth. That's why I'm here with you and not some fucking 35-year-old woman. You know what I mean? Whom I'm going to fucking fall in love with and try to date.
Hey,
You know what I mean? And lie to.
It's funny you mentioned that because I said to him, I think it was the last one. I said, it was real brief. I said, no, maybe it was two. I said to him, am I right in assuming that, I didn't want to see a woman therapist because how the fuck is a woman going to know what a guy's thinking?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is that being, is that being naive? And he goes like, absolutely not.
No, it's whatever.
He says, we're guys.
Yeah.
We think differently.
Right.
I mean, trying to get a woman to understand what a guy's thinking if you could do that and sell it, you'd be a fucking trillionaire.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. You
know
bottle
what I
that
mean?
up. Right.
So as a man, going to a woman therapist, trying to figure out why you're insecure
Yeah.
is like going to a fucking elephant to,
Learn how to pick a lock.
right. pick an analogy.
Yeah, right.
It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
like going to Nancy Pelosi to learn how to take care of the homeless.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's fucking crazy. So I'm glad I asked it. It was real brief, and he just goes, "No, I mean, of course not."
Yeah.
I mean, there's some things in our society. I mean, I know he's like, look, things are a little crazy out there, but there's some fundamental things that don't change. And men understand men way better than women understand
Yeah,
men.
right.
And women understand women way better than men understand
Yeah,
women.
right.
And it's very rare to find one that, they are out there, but so
Look, at the very least, they cannot empathize no matter what. So there's tons of empathy with my guy, and that's kind of okay enough for right now. But his
Well, you
fucking
wanna
office
walk
smells
out of
like
there.
piss.
I'll tell you what. Thing I learned. A couple things I've learned is one, I don't have anything that's because you always think that you have like some incredibly weird, strange problem that's never been seen before,
You think you have a unique experience,
and you don't.
and you just don't.
It's like you don't understand. You're so fucking normal. It's crazy.
Right.
It's just you got the balls to come in here and tell me.
Yeah, right.
So that's a good feeling.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm actually like I can see. It's not like I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but I can sort of see this going somewhere, and that's a really good feeling.
Yeah, that's good. I can't yet.
Right. And it hasn't been that many.
No, and I feel like I won't feel bad about starting over because I'm really just getting ramped up still. So,
But I'm glad I'm doing this. And I think I owe it to you, Al, because I think you were talking about it first, and then I said, maybe I should go back.
yeah.
So, hey. But listen, folks, we're kind of right. Al wants to go home.
Yeah, man.
And eat his wife's snatch.
You're not far off. There will be vagina maintenance this evening.
And
'Cause there hasn't been any since like Saturday.
I got to go up and see my dog.
A fucking massive load for her. Not your dog.
Well, he's not a her.
Oh, shit. That's right. Oh, shit, son. I was talking about Lola.
No wonder she had something. She was gagging.
Yeah, right. And fucking trying to work something out of her molar. She was choking on one of my pubic hairs. She's like,
It's no laughing matter in San Francisco. Forming poop patrol to keep sidewalks clean.
crazed.
Take in some more illegals. Because you got it all figured out in San Francisco.
So they can shit
Fucking shit control.
everywhere.
Oh, the city has an app, too. City's 311 app to report feces. Dial 311 in San Francisco. You can make a shit report.
It's fucking
There's
wild.
a homeless guy shitting on the fucking corner of Haight and Ashbury.
The shitty of San Francisco.
Oh, my God. Apparently, they're having I want to say I heard this. I could be lying. But they're having, like, a problem with, like, fucking rodents and shit, too, because there's so much shit.
Yeah.
And,
Rodents dig on that
food
shit.
and all kinds of other shit outside. Yeah.
Vile.
Yeah. And I'm listening to Nancy and she's the Speaker of the House. She is supposedly representing all of us.
She's a number one head
And she
Negro
is-
in charge.
She is fucking has no logic whatsoever.
It
A
seems-
crazy person.
At the very least, she seems like she's got some fucking agenda. We'll put it that way.
Well, at least she's not into the impeachment. Or at least as far as we know.
Yeah, who knows? That could be a fucking, what do you call that? Fucking bob and weave, too. You know what I mean? That might be a fucking, some ploy she's using. A ruse. Yeah, there it is. Okay, that was the word, Joe. All right, everybody. Everybody have a good weekend. Good night, Waterbury.